Welcome back to America's Commercial Real Estate Show. This segment is brought to you by Bull Realty, Asset and Occupancy Solutions. And today we are talking about the office sector. And one of the things that everyone is concerned about in the office sector today is the office floor plan, the use, how companies are handling productivity, retention, recruiting. There's been a big push towards open office space and open floor plans, but is it really working? And it seems to be some discussions around the industry at different companies. Is that the right thing, especially as we're seeing employment become a tighter market? Are employees going to, hey, maybe they want that old corner office, or is the corner office really dead? Well, we have a treat for you. Our next guest is Diana Sabau. She is with Commercial Cafe, which is part of Yardi. And Diana, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Michael. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. And Diana, you guys recently did a survey, workspace survey, where you interviewed a bunch of people who work in office space to kind of go to them and ask them what you think. So tell us about who you surveyed. Who was this?
Yeah, sure. So we conducted a nationwide survey, and we wanted to have respondents from different age groups who have been fully employed, and they work in a variety of industries, including software, healthcare, finance, so on and so forth. And we've asked them several questions. One of them was about what they would consider the ideal office layout and how they feel that their work environment and their interactions with different personality types in the workplace affects their productivity.
Yeah, that's great. So let's talk about the question of open floor plan versus private offices and kind of everything in between. What did you find out from the respondents?
Well, I think this was one of the major sort of surprises in a way, although there has been talk about the controversy about open layouts, how effective they are, and whether people have any grievances about them. And what we found is that overall, in terms of the ideal office layout, open plan offices only raked up about 9.9% of people, of our respondents' choices. And even more surprisingly, co-working offices have only gathered around 9.4%. As I said, there have been studies previously about the benefits of open space layout, about how it fosters creativity and collaboration. But according to the respondents in our survey, it seems that while employees recognize the importance of all these things, they also have a number of problems with the sort of work environment that this layout creates.
Yeah. So how many of your respondents preferred a private office, kind of that old school way?
Oh well, it's preferred by an overwhelming margin. Actually, it's like 43%.
Wow.
And yes, and of course now we can talk about how realistic this seems in terms of is the workplace of the future going to address this? Because obviously the reason why open plan offices are so widespread now has to do with both cost effectiveness and also having to accommodate a growing number of employees. But I think the main takeaway from this is that there has to be a sort of balance between the sort of companies' wish to see collaboration and creativity within the workplace and the employees' requirement for more privacy and overall more control over their space in the office.
Yeah, and is privacy one of the main issues to your respondents?
Yes. So the top three issues signaled by our respondents are lack of privacy, constant interruptions, and the noise level. These would be the top grievances.
Yeah, the noise level would be a concern for me. And I'm in a commercial real estate office, and when people are talking about commercial real estate, it's hard for me not to listen because I like to learn, and it's just an interesting topic to me. So that would distract me. But you also have, an employment market that's really improving, and it would seem that a lot of the tenants that we represent for office space in Atlanta are concerned about HR, the payroll is being really one of their main expenses, and one of the main values that a lot of companies have is really their people. So, and then you see some employees, or tell me how many from your respondents prefer working at home or not working out of the office.
Working from a home office or from a remote location is second in terms of the respondents' choice. It hits around 23%.
Yeah, and then
overall age.
Yeah, and then as you mentioned, companies are trying to reduce costs in real estate, especially when in real estate in some markets has gotten pretty expensive to lease office space. So what are you finding on square footage per employee from your survey?
Well, yes, although oddly enough, even though there are several people who have signaled the fact that they would prefer a larger office size, it's not mentioned as one of the key grievances in terms of what disrupts or what bothers them about their current workplace.
Right, and they have to worry about the interruptions. I know that can be a major thing, and were there certain personality types or things to watch out for that your respondents came back with?
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, the first one to bother everyone is the office bully, followed closely by the loud talker. So, as you said before, interruptions and the noise level is really a big problem when you have no sort of partitions between workers and there are no separate rooms or offices.
Yeah. And did the respondents, were they okay? Were they happy with their office? Or might they consider a move or a change more because they're not that satisfied with their space?
Well, I think overall in terms of retaining employees, companies are not they shouldn't worry that much for the moment because although people do express their wish and their for an ideal office space, they do recognize the limitations on the means necessary to bring that about, and an insignificant number of them have actually stated that they would seriously consider quitting their job because of an inconvenient office.
And what percentage was that, Dana? Was that like 6%?
Well, it was on a scale. So yeah, it was 6%.
Yeah, and that's interesting because we think about payroll and the cost of turnover, of training, and the turnover and the turmoil there. 6% might be a pretty high number for some companies. I would think that we represent because you're going to have some turnover regardless. And if you have 6% that are thinking about leaving because they don't like the space. I know I had one broker that wanted to work at our company years ago, and we were in too tight a space. And had some shared environments, and he knew he would do really well at our firm, but he did not like the space, and he told me, he said, Michael, I've got a private office, and it's in a nice environment, and I know I'll make less, but I want to stay in my nice environment. Is that something you see from your respondents there in the survey?
Well, obviously they have signaled the things that could be improved, and I think that with designers trying out a new noise-reducing materials and different sort of private nooks and offices and work rooms for smaller groups, we're seeing we're seeing a response to address these issues. And although the number of people who are seriously considering quitting their job because of office conditions is not large at the moment, there is some sensitivity on the part of management and of designers and architects to address these.
Yeah, and I think the success of our tenants, if you own a building or help companies, is going to be very much improved by the layout of their office. And years ago we went to a very nice office space with private offices on glass and a lot of sunlight and cafe and game rooms, and it surely helped. I mean, our recruiting really skyrocketed, and we've grown a lot since we've done that. So what did you take overall from this respondents? What's your audience thinking about after they read your article? And we'll put a link to the article at our website, creshow.com, Diana. But when you kind of, after you finish this survey, what kind of one point kind of jumped out to you?
Well, I think, as I said before, the main thing that I think people should take away from this is the need to find this balance between, like I said, what companies are looking for, creativity and collaboration, and the whole buzz that you can have at an office where people are enjoying themselves and are looking forward to finding new solutions together. And then the need of individual employees to feel that they have a work environment that fits their needs and fits within their sense of privacy and control over their environment.
Yeah, I like that this survey went to actual employees. I think one of the things when we tenant rep companies is sometimes the leadership just wants to talk to us, and we ask, hey, can we talk to several people at your company with private interviews, because maybe they'll tell us something that they might not tell the boss. So I love the survey, great information, good tips. Diana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And
Bye.
Thank you. And stay tuned. We'll have more on the office sector. I'm Michael Bull. This is America's Commercial Real Estate Show.